Welcome back to our 250 acre farm. My name is Orion, this is my mum, and together we are going to be building a campsite in an effort to diversify the land. Oh, and by the way, we have absolutely no idea what we're doing, so make sure you hit subscribe and follow along every single Wednesday and Sunday as we learn how to do everything from scratch. Well, it is yet another absolutely stunning day in Oxfordshire, and progression on the campsite continues today. I am starting today in the field where the campsite will actually be to check on how the weed killer is doing. And as you can see, it's doing really well actually. I don't think we are too long away from it completely finishing its job of getting to all the roots and killing off some of the larger weeds. There are the occasional leaf here and there that you can see are still green and got a bit of life to them, but for the most part it is doing its job. Now it's going to be a while before we do anything to this field, like in terms of like cultivating it and reseeding it. However, we have had a bit of a change of plans. Originally we had actually planned to put the toilet trailer right here in this corner against the back field. However, due to logistics and a lot of problems that are caused by doing that, we're actually going to move it slightly to beneath these trees, which is a little annoying just because it's like a prime camping location. Being tucked away underneath the trees helps with like wind and stuff, but that is one of the main reasons why we're actually moving the trailer. We kind of think because of how big it is and the direction that the wind travels and the prevailing wind, I think is the technical term, it doesn't make a lot of sense to put it right in that corner where we'd originally planned. So we're going to move it ever so slightly, which means that we're going to have to do some trenching to move water pipes and things like that, but should be a-okay. I have seen a lot of feedback. I can confirm at this point that you can and will be able to like bring a camper down. So if you are someone with a camper van or a converted van or any kind of camping gear that you have, with the exception of, I think, caravans, I don't think we're going to be doing caravans, you can come and camp on this field and you don't have to worry about getting bogged down or anything like that. The field is perfectly fine and you're more than capable of driving on here. I personally cannot wait to bring my tent box up here and wake up to that view in the morning. But a tiny update regarding my living situation and sleeping and things like that. I am moving house. You would have known this by now if you've seen the video. If you've not, then check the links that you can see on screen or the video before this one. I am moving house and I'm going to be going about 40 minutes away from the farm. Which is unfortunate. It means I can't just nip over the road essentially to come and help out down here. So as things have kind of been like this anyway, as my mum likes to tinker, progression will kind of skip over. So today it's going to feel like you've missed a vlog because quite a lot of stuff has changed with the toilet trailer since the last one, but my mum couldn't help herself and I couldn't come down to film. So yeah, it's going to continue to be like that, but I will come down as much as possible to film like the many things that we're going to be doing up here. And obviously I'm still going to continue coming down. It just happened to be convenient me living right next to the farm because I could just nip over the road if I was needed and stuff like that. Whereas now it's a bit more like a get up, go to work. It'll take me 40 minutes to come down and help on the weekends. But speaking of the trailer and the progression that has been in there, which by the way, I think we're going to be painting this like a navy dark blue color. So let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. But if we step inside, you'll see that a fair bit of stud work has now gone up. I am pretty confident my mom has used almost all of the CLS that we had available, but you can now see cubicles are taking form. I'm stood in one right now and they are very nicely sized. We've got a slightly smaller one at the end, but it doesn't feel like claustrophobic. You've still got a lot of room in there and it's quite spacious for you to be able to cross each other in the little corridor section where there is going to be like a vanity station at the end. We are currently in the process of battening up the ceiling, ready to drop it. This is what I have done. I've put CLS bands across here and it's going to be more than strong enough to not only hold the ceiling that we're putting up, because we're putting some more of this 5.5 plywood that you can see on the side here. We'll put more of that on the ceiling and then obviously dropping lights in. But on this side, my mum used a slightly smaller wood and we're kind of torn between which one is going to work better. We're just going to leave it as is because there's no point changing it. But that leads me on sap on this particular batten here. It's got sap running down it. Every time I touch it, it's very annoying. But today's plan is to actually continue battening because we've not done the ceiling here. It's very hard with this camera. I need to switch to my phone, which I will do. But yeah, we need to finish battening up the ceiling, ready to put plywood up there, as well as start laying cables, because we need to put all the cables in before fitting the ceiling. Otherwise it's going to be an absolute nightmare to run all the cabling in the ceiling. So that's something that we're going to be doing today. Potentially, if we've got time, we're going to finish the floor as well, which will involve filling all of these holes in and actually laying down what will be the finished floor. As far as I'm aware, it's actually lino that's going down. We're trying to do this as cheaply as possible because it's the first year, and then, you know, future years, if the campsite does really well, then we can upgrade this toilet trailer and turn it into like a shower block, for example, or not necessarily this one, but get another one which is like a shower block, and the floor will be nicer, and just make upgrades down the line. But for the time being, the first year we're on a tight budget, so we're trying to do the best with what we can, which is why it feels very DIY in here, which it is. It's obviously all done by us, and we've never done this stuff before, so hopefully it should look really nice when it's finished. The final look of the toilets and stuff is the nicer stuff. It's not like completely cheaped out, so it won't look as bad as it did when we first got it. But obviously the stud work and stuff, we need to not cut corners, but try and do it at an affordable rate. But right, I have yapped on enough. It is time to continue progression in the women's side and start with the battens on the ceiling. One of the first things I need to do is drill some holes through all of these battens to allow the cables to run through, as I haven't really done that since I started doing the battens on the ceiling. So I'm just using a 12mm spade bit and going straight through the batten. Like that. Very, very dusty, but I have now got a channel where my wiring can all run for every batten all the way to the consumer unit. What we're going to do now is finish battening up this section here, as well as the end cubicle, and then I'll just continue to drill holes through it. Then we can fit the lighting. Alright, all of the battens on the ceiling have gone in, as well as a variety of other support battens to hold the ceiling as well as the walls. There's a wooden mess in here, but now I've got all of the holes drilled out for where the cables need to run. I just need to go around and run cable and just pin it to the ceiling for the time being. The next step is to put sheets on the ceiling, and I'm going to need a lot of cable runs beforehand to drop all of the cables down for the lights. And as we have used CLS on the ceiling, we have gone for spotlights. So we're gonna have one there, one here, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. So basically 8 spotlights in total, which should be more than bright enough in here, and a PIR sensor above the door. So when you walk in, it will turn all of the lights on in the trailer for, I think we're gonna go with 10 minutes before they turn themselves off unless you wave at the sensor, because we think that's probably the best way to save electricity. If we add another light switch in here and someone forgets to turn it off, then it's just going to drain electric. So that is the plan. I just need to run all the cables before we start doing the ceiling. So hopefully I should be able to just put this cable through this hole and it pops out the other side. This end will go into the consumer unit, then it'll go to the PIR sensor up here, and come back out of here to the first light and its next light, and so on. And it'll just go all the way around the whole thing. As the consumer unit is here, I'm gonna have to run another cable that goes all the way to the other side and have where the PIR will be above that door for the men's as well. But I'll probably run that after I've done the first lot. Which looks like this, a bit of a web of cables just hanging from the ceiling. Now there is quite a lot of excess to give us a bit of room, like wiggle room to play around with. I didn't want to cut them exactly too short and it'd be a real pain in the ass. There goes my drill. Real pain in the ass when it comes to like fishing them out of the plywood that we're going to stick to the ceiling. But yeah, you can see now how many spotlights we're going to have around this place. Really hoping at this point that the spotlights are more than bright enough, which I think they will be. I've got the same or similar spotlights at home for Jess's desk and they're really, really bright. I did also run a cable that runs all the way to the other end, to the other door. So that's ready for the PRI system in the men's section. The last thing we need to do is run some of that 2.5mm from there underneath all the way up to here, because right here we will be fitting an under sink water heater so you get hot water, and that is going to end up there. So rather than trying to get the cable to go either through the ceiling or through the walls, it's just a real faff. It's far easier to go down, pin it to the underneath of the trailer and then come back up, because it's going to be boxed in there anyway, so you're not going to see it. Next up, plywood on the ceiling. Was incredibly ambitious about putting floor down today. Definitely not doing that. Just focusing on the ceiling, get that all done, and then floor next time. It does, however, mean I have a new toy to play with, a smaller circular saw that is battery powered. Got incredibly fed up of lugging my much larger circular saw around and then trying to find an extension lead and power to use it. This means I can actually use it on the go, considering that I am traveling a lot to do stuff like this at the moment. Far easier, and it is actually much better. This thing stops very, very quickly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one's in.
No,
Two's in.
it's not. No, it is. Okay.
Right.
That's good.
It's going to take a long time. I think it's impossibly tight.
Oh, it's my crazy off my head.
Just leave it there, it's fine. Right, stay there.
Yeah. You're filming this, aren't you?
Yep, and I need a stall because I can't get the wires, boy. You're gonna have to move.
Well, I can't move. It's on the end.
Alright, you're in. Oh, you're gonna stick your hand in the hole and push this way. Ready?
Right, give me a nail in it.
My fingers are in the hole, it's there.
That way, by a mile.
Well, you do it then. It's easier when you stood back and you can see a straight line. To the right, to the right. Looking a lot of holes in the ceiling. Jesus Christ. Okay, a lot of neck ache later, all of the ceilings are finally in and it's starting to take shape. It looks much nicer. Obviously, it's a lot of wood right now. It's going to be painted and so on. But at least when you walk in, there is a brand new ceiling all fitted. Next job, I'm very quickly going to run around and throw these spotlights in super easy. I'm just going to clip the ends off. And this actually comes with like a quick wire. You literally just pop them in, live and neutral, sends it from one to the next to the next to the next. And then I'm going to try the PIR sensor to make sure that all works, as my mum is, once she starts putting up the walls, she's already started here. As you can see, it's getting a bit dark in his room and she wants to put the rest of the walls up. So when she does that, she's not going to see anything. So I need to get these lights banged in real quick. I'm not going to show the process, it's just, I'll show the before and after because it's really easy to do. I just need to tidy up the cables and then pop these in the ceiling. Job done. Honestly, fitting spotlights, easiest thing in the world. It's literally one wire comes in, one wire goes out, one comes in, one comes out, and the same with this PIR sensor. The live wire from the fuse board comes into it, then it goes out to the first light, and then the next light, and the next light. Lighting is genuinely one of the easiest wiring things that you can do. You just match up the live cable to the L and the neutral cable to the N. Job's a good one. I have temporarily wired it into this just to make sure it all works. I still need to get an electrician out. I've booked an electrician for the new house to come and do that. But I'll probably use the same guy and get him to have a look at this before we completely tidy it all away. But if I flick this switch, the lights come on. So it's on a sensor, so it senses me. Lights come on. It's currently set to 30 minutes just because so my mum can use it. But all of the lights are on here. I'd be interested to know what this place looks like at night time, because obviously there's still a lot of light coming in through here. Next video, you will see a huge change in here because all of the walls probably would have been sheeted by that point. I've got some other, what do you call it? Well, I'm busy, so I can't come down. I've got some other priorities I need to take care of, obviously with me moving and stuff. So there will be quite a bit of change between now and then. My mum has placed a toilet just to get a rough idea of how that's going to feel. But I'm probably going to be doing plumbing, I imagine, next time. As far as I'm aware, mum's just going to stick up some walls and kind of lay things out and get started. Like, just basically crack on with what she can, because we are against the clock to get this all ready for the next season for camping. So yeah, we're just going to fly through it and I'll try and keep you updated. It'd be really nice to be like, oh, go check out my mum's vlog and my mum filmed it all, but that is just never ever going to happen. And I'll just try and come back and get some clips here and there and show progress as things change. But as I say, next time you walk in here, it's going to be walls all over the place. I'm really hoping the lights are bright enough. Worst case scenario, let's get some different bulbs, but came together quite nicely. Another successful day in the toilet trailer. However, on that note, I am going to love you and leave you. That's all we've got time for today. If you haven't done so already, go pick up the handcrafted and/or gardening t-shirts that are currently live on my website right now. You can scan the QR code that you can see on the screen. I've kind of done a bit of a soft launch. I really wanted to make like a proper ad segment for them and do like a bit of a trailer type edit, but because of the move and everything that's happening at the moment, I just haven't had time to film that. I'm just kind of trying to do as much as I can when I've got the time available, because between vlogs and off camera, what you're not seeing is I'm currently packing and preparing to move, because I just don't think it's that interesting to watch me fill boxes up. But I do think it may be the next vlog. I might actually go down to my nan's into the garage and start building some racking, so we could start taking stuff down, storing it a bit better, because the garage is all over the place. When we moved out the last spot to here, we just shoved everything in the garage and then emptied boxes and taken things, so it's all over the place, kind of like this is at the moment. So need to go and organize that. Thank you again to all the Patreon supporters who have been following me over there, getting vlogs early and a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. I'm going to be posting a bit more frequently on there now that things are out there and have a better idea of what I'm doing. I'm toying with the idea. This is time for another vlog, I guess. I'm toying with the idea of making vlogs on here once a week, like the bigger, better produced, whether it's renovation or the campsite stuff, and then just my everyday type vlogs on another channel. And I might create a Whittle family channel, just to post more regularly, so I can post here once a week, and then all of the other content that is just very much day in your life type stuff that doesn't require a lot of editing, I can put on that second channel so there is more content. I don't know at the moment. It'd be much easier to go down to 1 vlog a week on here, just because content is so sparse. But as again, I'll probably do another video talking about my plans for the channel anyway. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace, peace. Much love. Bye-bye. Oh, it's so hot.
Yeah, that's the top, so you've got to flip it. Well, you don't have to.
It's on there. You never heard nothing.